Yo, when I started shooting weddings, I thought camera gear would be the success for my business because I was looking at all these different YouTube videos and I was thinking maybe this camera gear could get it for me. Maybe this camera gear is going to do it for me. I used to buy a different type of camera gear and it used to not give me the high-end clients that I want. And I was getting burnt out by shooting weddings, photo shoots, events every weekend and still trying to work my job. Like, it was so crazy back then when I used to just do so much but get paid so little. And by the way, my name is O'Keith. I've been a wedding photographer for the past 10 years. And in this video, I'm gonna break down to you the 5 biggest mistakes I made in my career, but I'm gonna also give you 5 things to make sure that you fix these mistakes before they happen to you, because they're bound to happen if you don't understand how a wedding photography business actually works. So the first mistake I made, I bought too much gear. I bought the 35 millimeter, the 50 millimeter, the 85 millimeter, the 105, the 70 to 200. I also bought the 35 1.8 and the 1.4 to 50, 1.8 and 1.4, the 85 1.4 and 1.8. I was just going crazy with the camera gear, and also bought a lot of cameras on top of that. So I was doing all of that, but I did not understand actually how to book these high-end clients. And I don't know why, as photographers in our head like me, I thought like because I bought this camera gear, I'm going to get high-end clients. But the clients don't even know I buy the camera gear. You know what I'm saying? So that what I thought about one day as I started to understand marketing. I was like, I was buying a lot of camera gear, but the clients don't even know the camera gear that I have. They don't even know what brand I have. They don't even understand ISO, aperture, or none of that. You see what I'm saying? But we are so tied up in what we actually do and how we feel about this camera gear till we forget about, okay, what does the client want? Because the client does not understand the things that we want or how we understand the camera gear. So to solve that problem, when I stopped buying so much camera gear, I invested in myself as far as marketing. I was understanding exactly how to market. So I joined Brandon Shotme's masterclass, and we had a week online, and then we had a 2-day in person where we learned so much about marketing in that week. It blew my mind. I didn't know marketing was so deep, and I learned a lot within that week, and it was just like, yo, I need to sit back and take all this in and figure out how I'm going to actually put this into play, because the second thing that I'm going to talk to you about in this video, that was the hardest part about how I grew my business in the beginning. All right, the second mistake I made was not mastering my gear. So as photographers, once again, we get caught up in gear. But when I started just actually thinking about what I actually use on a wedding day, it all boils down to the 35 millimeter 1.4, the 50 millimeter 1.4, and 2 camera bodies and 2 flashes. That was it. All the other camera gear I had to resell it. And once you sell camera gear to another photographer, you're going to get less than what you paid for it. So that's what I was like, you know what? I need to stop, because I was hoarding gear that I did not use, but I was also spending a lot of money on the gear because I used to buy it brand new. You know what I'm saying? And now I got to put it on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and sell it for a cheaper price. And then sometimes you have to negotiate with these photographers like, yo, I'm not trying to negotiate. I paid such and such for this. But it's not brand new. So yeah, once I stopped doing that, the second thing I had to start doing is getting behind this microphone. That was the main thing that, as far as like marketing was talked about in the class, like I had to understand how to actually market and get behind the microphone. Because if we don't talk about our business, how are people going to take us serious? It's so many non-business owners out here that are giving photographers a bad rep. So if you're not out there speaking and talking about your business every day, people don't know what you actually do or know if they can actually trust you to do business. So that's why you want to talk about your business and actually relate value to your clients. Like me, I was creating content for brides out there because brides, I've been through many different wedding days, so I know from start to finish how a wedding day actually goes. And that's what people say when they say create value for your ideal client. You want to actually just talk about everything that happens on a wedding day that you think a bride needs to know. You have to think about it. That's their first day getting married. Some of them, you know what I'm saying? Maybe their first time getting married, and it's a lot because they have to look for the venue. They have to pay these different vendors. They have a lot going on. So as far as the planning process, working with these wedding planners, like these wedding planners don't have photographers back on the wedding day. So we have to let the bride know that we're there and actually give them a little bit of our process from our perspective. Because if we go by the wedding planner, on a wedding day, that wedding planner going to make you look bad. So that's why you want to create value and talk on camera. And yes, it's going to be hard at first, but you learn to tie your shoe, you learn to walk, you learn to talk. Everything takes time. So the same way you don't know how to talk in front of the camera now, it's going to be a process because you're going to have low confidence. I don't know why. When people get in front of the camera, you'll see exactly how tough people are if they get in front of the camera because, yeah, you're not going to be that tough for a while until you actually get comfortable with it. But that's a part of the process. So you have to get comfortable with it. But in the long run, like I'm still getting booked off of clients that I made content years ago. And now it's like they still contacting me through old content. I don't even post new content like that no more. So you have to let it take time and get comfortable with it, but it will pay off in the long run. The third mistake I made was undervaluing my work. Like I used to, in the beginning, look around and see what other photographers were charging. But that was not the thing to do. But it was the thing for me to do at the time because you know why? I was not creating value. So once I started creating value, talking in front of the microphone, people were actually chiming in back with me and actually inboxing me and see what I actually do. They wanted to know more information because I was creating so much content. They wanted to work with me. And like, I don't know what it is. People think you're a little celebrity when you start talking in front of the microphone. I don't know why, but it works like that. Because a lot of weddings I go to, everybody, hey, man, I be seeing all your videos. I like the way you do this. I like the way you do that. Man, you be tripping me out, this and that. So I don't know. It just give them that connection. So once you start giving people that type of connection with you, they will pay your prices. Just make sure that you maybe can connect with them with a payment plan or something like that. Just give them different ways to pay you as far as the amount that you're asking for, because no amount is too high. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's, good enough for them to, make the payment. Don't get too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just make sure that you understanding your value and your worth, and people will actually pay you what you're worth. Because I used to undervalue myself big time and thinking I was undercutting other photographers, but I was actually booking more and doing more work for less money. And it was crazy because it really caught up with me. I was burnt out and it was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? So charge your worth. Once you start charging your worth, you will have more free time and you can actually get better at doing the things as far as marketing and actually look for the clients that are actually looking to book you. You can get comfortable with actually growing your business because you have more time, because people are paying your worth. The fourth mistake I made was not having a lead magnet. Now I want you to pay attention to this, right? A lead magnet is very important for your business, because a lead magnet is going to make sure, like, as far as you creating content, you want to actually have these people a place to go while you're creating the content. Like me, I have a free PDF for the brides to download. If they have a bad wedding day, I have a free PDF telling them things about having a bad wedding day, and actually so that they can get the problems that they may have, and I give them the solutions on the PDF. That way they can download it. But for them to download it, I have my lead magnet on an actually landing page, and the landing page, they have to insert their name and their email. That's what you want to do as far as leads. You want to get leads into your business every day. So while you're creating the content and you actually have a lead magnet so that you can get their email, now you can contact them anytime because people check their emails. Think about it. You check your emails, right? So yeah, people are checking their emails. But if you don't have their email address, only time you got a chance at booking them is when you post content. You don't want to just post content and not have the people a place to go. You want to also be promoting your PDF and let them know to download that. You don't have to always sell to them, but just having their email is a big sale for you because you may not get some money from them now, or they may not book you now, but they will book you later. But they just want to make sure that they can trust you and understand that you're passionate about what you do. Because if you're passionate about what you do, you have no problem letting them know, understanding the process and actually giving the value and just keeping them updated through the emails and with posting on social media so that they can understand exactly what you do and they can get comfortable and actually, okay, yeah, I can trust this person to shoot my wedding because that's all that person talks about. So if you are just shooting birthday photo shoots, events, weddings all over the place, they may not trust you. But if you're that person that shoots weddings, now you can charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a wedding because that's all that you do because you're going to attract the people that can pay that price. The last mistake I made was not learning marketing from the beginning. Now, just make sure when you're getting your camera gear, just go ahead and get the camera gear and make it a little bit of camera gear. You see I got the 50 and the 85 right here. You know what I'm saying? And I got the 35 too. But that's all I need. And the 2 flashes. That's all I need. Make sure that you master your gear and learn marketing. Because once you learn marketing, you can do anything in photography. Me, I've pivoted from photography, wedding photography, into shooting business owners. Like I was getting booked a lot from creating content for the brides. So I'm at that age where, I want to slow down a little bit. So now I'm shooting content for small business owners. I don't have that much aggravation as far as weddings no more. So what I did, I created content for business owners and teach them exactly how to create content for their audience. And now they pay me the same price as far as shooting weddings, but I only work 4 hours per month. So once you start creating content and understanding marketing, there's no saturation in photography because you're creating whatever you want to offer your client and communicating them through your microphone and making sure that you're creating the content for them to understand your process. Just letting them know that information and being consistent about that information, talking about it, because that's how you're going to get paid. People are going to respect you and trust you. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. In the meantime, check out this video and I'm out. Cheers.